Alright. Happy Friday, gamers. Today, we're not going to be playing Donkey Kong. I did say that was only a 50% chance, at least I think I did. Instead, I'm going to be playing some Caves It Could. Said they put out a big update recently that supposedly makes the interface a lot better, especially if you're using mouse. Uh, Before this, I'd typically just play with nothing but the keyboard, which having a numpad was kind of important if you did, because otherwise you wouldn't be able to move diagonally. Anyway, let's just get right into the game. Alright, so we are going to play on primitive mode, so it makes it a little bit more spicy. And we're gonna play a mutant. Now, I had plenty of time to think of a build, but I didn't come up with one. So we're just going to try to play as the strongest man in the world. Should I even bother with Chimera? I don't think I will. We're just going to grab stuff that we want, not try to get greedy with the randomizer, because sometimes you go all in on unstable genome and you get exactly the right stuff to make something that really kicks ass, and other times you just kind of end up with nothing but garbage. Anyways, we're gonna want multiple arms. Gonna want, which is it? Triple jointed? No. There's one here. Oh yeah, double muscled. Let's do strength. 50% chance it daze an opponent on a successful melee attack. What else do we want? Could go multiple legs. And we can both carry a lot of stuff and also move surprisingly fast. And also, regeneration would be really strong. Yeah, we'll keep it simple and stupid. Let's take a debuff too. Go with Amphibious. We are one of the frog people. Since we have 4 points, I'd either grab something that takes 4 points or take something or 2 different ones that have 2 points. I don't really like any of the 1-point mutations. It feels like they don't really give you nearly enough. But at the same time, you don't have to worry about upgrading them later. What do we want? Since we're Marauder, we've got axes and a couple of axe-related skills. Might as well just lean right into that. And since our main tactic with regeneration, we can take a lot of damage, and as long as something doesn't instantly kill us, we can survive it and come right back from it. So I'm tempted to go Quills. But every time I've gone Quills, it feels kind of like if people are wailing on you enough for it to be effective, then you're probably not winning the fight anyways. Electrical generation is also really good, but if anything, it becomes too good at some point and you start like instantly exploding everything near you, including any tasty loot. Flaming Rays is also pretty nice. So many options. It's hard to pick. Now if we wanted to go with 2-point mutations, photosynthetic skill is always a skin. is always a really good one. Then what would we pair it with? Electromagnetic pulse would come in real handy if we ever run into any robots. And maybe we try doing that. Kind of a lot of different abilities to put our points between, but electromagnetic pulse I can ignore until later, because early on you don't run into too many dangerous robots, and if you do run into them, usually you can handle them. It's later on, once there's like both really dangerous things and a lot of really dangerous things, where it's gonna come in real handy. Which we might not even get to because we are playing on primitive. Yeah, let's go with this. Being able to hit stuff, hit it hard, and then not instantly crumple if we get a hammer to the face or something. Maybe something like this. Sorta rounded, not too rounded. Because you get some pretty annoying penalties if you go too low with ego, in the sense of everything is way too expensive and nothing you can pick up is going to be worth any money. Which sometimes it's nice to not have to worry about running back to villages to sell stuff. But we do have double muscle, and the only skill attribute we're really going to be going hard on is strength. So we'll leave it at that. What to name our character? Since he plans on being the strongest motherfucker alive, let's name him... Rockman. Not terribly original, but it doesn't have to be. We're gonna play on Jabba. So I heard that they updated it. We embark for the Caves of Qud. On the 16th of Navun Ut, you arrive at the oasis hamlet of Jabba, along the far rim of Mogra Yi, the Great Salt Desert. All around you, moisture farmers tend to groves of Viridian water vine. There are huts wrought from rock salt and brine stock. On the horizon, Qud's jungles strangle chrome steeples and rusted archways to the earth. Further and beyond, the fabled spindle rises above the fray and pierces the cloud-ribbon sky. Okay, so immediately we've got a water vine farmer and Mechanimus convert yelling out, "It is Dibuk that possesses the robot? ? It should be sacred and still." And then our intro text is also there. Great, so let's try playing with the mouse. There's Mehmet. He is a wind-carved man with the posture of a vine reaper. His spine is bent to point the bright turquoise of his eyes at a tiling angle. His hips are pushed odd forward with the slumping ease of a stance much more relaxed than his. If it weren't for the salt of it on his brow and the scarred knuckles, he would seem a marble sad perched under a crumbling tomb. A whole lot of words that I don't really understand. But he is loved by the village. He's hated by the Hindran of Bela for lighting a beacon fire to warn their enemies. He's disliked by Sfardim for disparaging a famous poet, and disliked by robots for tricking them into sharing their fresh water. He's got a woven tunic, a white brim hat, an iron vine reaper, and sandals. A water hand. I live and drink traveler. I am called Rockman. Mehmet, the toad says. Live and drink, Rockman. Tell me about your village, Jabba. Watervine Farm in the lap of the marsh. You've sucked the moisture out of vine wafer, yeah? We tend the plants here. Oh, then he just goes right back to his normal stuff. Still, we want some work. I have it then. Something is eating our water vine. Round Beetle Moon. Kurun says he saw a creature, spider-like, slinking in the brine, but no cave spider would dare get so near Warden Stomps. He tasted a bit of red fleck in the pool. Shale, like we find in the soil by Red Rock. Hike there, will you? To Red Rock, just about 2 parasangs north of Joppa. Kill the vermin and bring 1 corpse back. For seeing what it is, Elder will take care to pay you after, Waterhand. I will do as you ask. And this guy's new. Or no, wait. It's just a new sprite. Wanderer, you venture northwise into the Great Desert and near the 6-day still. What is the 6-day still? Ah, the Great Machinimist. No, wait. Mechanimist. Temple of Glass. A sacred offering well in history in stone relief. Peopled by the Argent Fathers, in statue and light sculpture, encircled by the Grand Bazaar. I hear there are more people there than numbers in the void, and their chatter makes sound wholly raw and new to the world. Will you go there and take my bauble? Will you offer it at the well where I cannot? Let's ask him what his bauble is. Yes, my neighborkin tire of the tale, I was scything the vine when the flat of my blade turned something loose from the soil. My heart has stirred before at the sight of chrome, but to free a small splinter myself, to slide a bead on the abacus of beauty. Will you go then, and offer my bauble at the well? Yeah, I'll take your shiny trinket. Moon and sun, friend, you have my deep and many-sided thanks. Here, take the trinket now, and if you're to ever return, let us visit again. Live and drink. Live and drink. Huh. Well, this wasn't part of the quest beforehand. And here's the new inventory menu. I haven't gotten a chance to screw around with this yet. You can navigate it the same way as before with the numpad keys. It sure looks different. Anyways, in our inventory we have our odd trinket. We could examine it, but that might break it. We aren't the smartest guy around. Which, yes, your intellect does affect how good you are at examining artifacts. So maybe we don't break the thingy entrusted to us. Ah. So, I'm pretty sure I know exactly why these are fences instead of walls all the way around, is because it used to be very common, at least I know I did it all the time, where you'd start in Joppa, walk into one of these huts here, close the door, and then immediately run over here and pilfer all these chests. Like there's one there, I think. There's one here. No, there isn't. But there is a vase with some stuff in it. There is a chest here, actually. Yeah, see how when we're in here, we could grab the stuff. Yeah, another odd trinket and some other stuff. We're not gonna rob anyone this time, though. But, yeah, as I was saying, you'd usually start the game, come here, rob everyone of their stuff, and they wouldn't care. Because it'd be very easy to hide from everyone that you're the one stealing stuff, because you can just close the door. Now it's not so easy. Probably just takes a little bit more effort. You note the location of a wax weed in the location natural features section of your journal. Ah, yeah, right up there. If we need wax for whatever reason, we've got more than enough of it right there. Human, we are greeted. What do you desire? I am Rockman. Who are you? It is a pleasure to notice, human friend Rockman. I am Tom. Ask him what kind of creature he is. I am a Dromad, human friend. Some say Salt Strider. Do you notice? I do. My people have walked salt for thousands of years, meeting every creature that lives in Finks. From Pale Sea to the Marsh of Joppa, and under the hanging hills, our chests are drawn. Alright. Here, this guy's just a little introduction to the Dromad merchants. Which, well, most merchants in the game are going to be Dromads, or at least the ones you find out in the wild are going to be. Not sure if we want to buy anything from him. Don't have terribly much to sell. We've got $32 worth of water on us, I think. Don't have anything we really want to sell. Not that we have anything that's worth a good amount of money. And, or well, we can look to see what his painted axe has described on it. An axe, edge is stressed with splinter hairs of brinestock. Strength bonus cap 1, weapon class axe, painted. This item is painted with a scene from the life of the ancient Sultan, Khofridates II. Deep in the wilds of Ibakesh, Khofridates II stumbled upon a clan of fish performing a secret ritual. Because of his reputation for murdering someone with a boat made of wind. Strange reputation to have. They furiously rebuked him and declared him a villain to their kind. Plus 50 reputation with the famed Compass host. Now we know where Ibakesh is. And we also have a quest to go visit Ibakesh. Right, well, that's probably all we're gonna do here for a bit. Now let's just engage the Auto Explorer. Ooh, there's painted cushion. Painted. This item is painted with scene from the life of ancient Sultan Itafa. At twilight under an uncanny and turquoise sky, the people of Tud saw an image on the horizon that looked like an atomic clock bathed in turquoise. It was Itafa, and after she came and left Tud, the people built a monument to her and thenceforth called her Clock in Turquoise. We also have the Shrine to Reshef, the last Sultan. Shrine depicts a significant event from the life of ancient Sultan Reshef. In 3AR, which I think stands for After Reshef. Reshef cleansed the marshland of the plagues of the Gyre and taught Abram to sow water vine along its fertile tracks. Looks like well, we were exploring at the speed of sound, or like the speed of smell. Someone got killed right over here. Let's see if it'll tell it in our message log. It doesn't mention who got the crap beaten out of him. We did take a fractured microchip, that metal sheet, or did we find these while just exploring? I think that's what happened. And we also have the Canticles Chromaic versus... I'm not good at Roman numerals, what is that? And not even gonna try. So we got a book with information. I think this was the guy we just grabbed that quest from. And we got a free hat. We already have something better to wear though. We also got some sandals. An iron vine reaper. Pretty sure that's gonna be better than our battle axe. Let's equip that. While I'm thinking about it, it's also equips multiple weapons. Since we have the multiple arms mutation, we've got 4 arms that we can equip stuff to. Here's the new journal. Right, so Ubakesh looks to be all the way towards one of the later areas in the game. This is, I think, uh, like Huron or something like that. It's one of the more dangerous areas, and then over here where the crystal formations are, that's also a very rough place to walk around if you're not prepared for it. So we're probably just gonna forget we even know where Ibukish is. The only other thing would be the wax sweep, right where we are. Here's the quest. Alright, so where were skills and powers? Don't have any skill points, so we'll look at that later. Attributes is... okay, here's where all our mutations are. Yeah, the higher level our multiple arms mutation is, the higher chance all of our extra arms are going to deliver an attack. This, I think, stacks on top of if you have two-weapon fighting. So if you have both the skill and the mutation, you can get a lot of hits in one turn. Which, since we're going to be going with axes, that can potentially mean that we can just instantly kill anything we run into if we hit the right parts. Then there's all our other stuff here. Probably the main thing we're going to be focused on maxing out would be regeneration first, so that we can tank as much damage as possible. And also double muscle, so that you have as much strength as it'll give us. I think it's every 2 level it gives us an extra +1 strength. Which it will add up after long enough, and next thing you know, we'll be punching holes through walls, or launching people through walls. Or no, wait. I think it's only if you have the slam ability that you can do that. But we'd theoretically be strong enough to do it. Anyways. Let's go talk to this fucker. Argive. Mumbling to himself. Exceeding masked thresholds, perhaps a ganglionic teleprojector fitted with suspensors. Oh, I didn't notice you there. That's because I was ignoring you. Waste heat from the thermocask, or centrifugal extraction to the P density of sunslag. Unexpected deviation from the Planck constant. Must you bother me? What are you, some sort of water freak? Fondronide, pilgrim, argonaut? Make yourself useful and fetch me a knickknack from one of the caves. Then I may reward you. Sure, where do we find a cave? There are caves everywhere, you dolt. Scoop the surface of the march, or head on east to the rust wells, or wander into the desert for all I care. I will return with your knickknack, angry man. But we do technically already have a knickknack, which is that item that dude who is now dead on the ground gave us. We could give him that, but let's complete the guy's dying wish first. Okay, what else do we have? See here. Let's go talk to the warden. Warden Irem. So this guy, I know for a fact is new because he was specifically mentioned in the patch notes to be replacing the old guy that was here. Well, they ain't ended yet. What do we want to say to this guy? Who are you? Called Irem, Warden Ajapa. I kill trouble, don't be trouble. Don't know why I gave him that weird accent. Let's ask him what a warden is. Nigh every settlement I could that keeps a warden. We snuff threats to the peace. Okay, let's have a look at him. Big Irem shifts her weight. Oh, it's a her. Shit. Shifts her weight between hind and forelegs. She shakes a storm of rust dander from the tines of her great horns, and she blows a halo of freezing air from her rime-veined hands. Beloved by the Fellowship of Wardens, admired by the villagers of Joppa for defending the village, and hated by the villagers of Kyakuikia for slaying one of their leaders. Physical features. She's got horns, got icy vapor, equipped with chainmail, a weird artifacts, and some boots. And is in defensive stance. I'm guessing that weird artifact might be a longsword of some type. Okay, so she's got a pretty good rep with other people. Let's do the water ritual. Your first is mine, my water is yours. Share water with Warden Adam. Begin the water ritual. Your reputation with the Fellowship of Wardens increased by 100 to negative 50, so they still don't like us, but we're closer. And because they admire Warden Irem, your reputation with the villagers of Joppa increased by 100 to negative 40. And because they despise Warden Irem, your reputation with the villagers of Kyakukia decreased by 100 to negative 100. Well, now instead of having 2 people angry at us, or at least negative with us, we've got 3 people upset with us. 2 of them are slightly less upset. And we don't have any reputation to ask for secrets or for her to join us, so the water ritual's over. She's got nothing to trade. Okay. There's the village elder. Don't think we're going to be doing the water ritual with him. A lot of different factions seem to not be big fans of him. It's in the bookshelf. Can learn about the history of Joppa, which I do not feel like doing. Oh, hey, this guy's new. Nima Aruda. The fates watch you, friend. Let's have a look at him. Sharp jade eyes are crown-worn to late middle age, and her lips are scarred with gas burns. Climbing over her back and neck are the jeweled segments of a great spiral tail and stinger. A bead of smoking gut juice gleams on the tip. She's got a stinger, wearing a leather apron, a wide-brimmed hat, has a pestle, sandals, and a floating glow sphere. Let's see what she has to trade. Nothing much. At least not anything we can afford. Okay, enough talking out loud. Let's get to exploring. First of all, yes, they still have a statue here. So we've got a depiction of a significant event from the life of Khufridates IV. While traveling through Turkanip, Khufridates IV stopped at a market in Ikagak Cave. At an obscure shop, he purchased a glazed helm and named it Klazedaka Khufridates Boon. Then he went to a nearby tavern and lost Klazedaka Khufridates Boon to a local pickpocket. He cursed the tavern and left Ikagak Cave. Sure hope I'm pronouncing that right. Otherwise the police are gonna arrest me for it. Now we know where Turkanip is. Where is Turkanip? Huh. It's very close by. Maybe we'll do that after Red Rock. So all we have to do to get to Red Rock is keep going north. First enemy, a crocodile. Or a croc, to be more specific. Her hoary, cracked scales look like marked stone. Physical features, bite. Fine condition. Well, charge. Did a critical hit. And we cleaved her. Didn't take her health down by terribly much though. First enemy down. Just finding a blowfish over here before we showed up. Oh, there's some people over here. Nafadius Eliriel, Betelboy. The pilgrims wear a... Wait, hold on. Pilgrim wears a costume of humility, simple frock, wide-brimmed hat, cerulean scarf, slouch back, and weary eyes. Loved by the mechanimist and disliked by robots. Let's see if what's-his-face has anything to trade. It's running the other direction. Maybe we should just collect these mushrooms off the ground and keep going. So it seems to be nighttime out. You can tell because both A, it's dark, and B, there's this little clock in the top here that tells us it is indeed nighttime. We've arrived at Red Rock and received 50 experience for it. The question is there going to be a giant pack of baboons here ready to throw rocks at me? Doesn't look like it. Okay, we've explored everything. Let's just go in the cave. That's a good treasure chest. Got some leather armor. Can replace our furs. Got some foreskin gloves. Can wear those. Worn burnous. Yeah, we can wear that. And a beaded bracelet. Not terribly worth anything as armor, so I'll pick it up. Because it is worth money. Found a Snapjaw scavenger. Tussocks of fur, dress skin. Oh, hold on. The game just alt-tapped for some reason. Let's start that over. Tussocks of fur, dress skin stretched over taut muscle. Upright he stands, but he looks ready to drop onto fours. His snout snarls and his ears twitch. He barks, and his hyena tribe skin. Answer. I think that's tribe's kin, not tribe skin. Anyway, these guys are swarmers, so if there's a lot of them, they can be pretty dangerous, but if we're in a tiny hallway like this, they're not too bad. See? Already dead. Oh hey, this is new. A wrench. An arm length of time-tortured metal is punched through with screwing iron for extra torque. Just seems to be a very basic cudgel. Let's pick it up anyways. Ooh, a slime. Giant amoeba. Slime within the quivering blob striates into different densities. You can barely perceive the outline of something inside. Probably like a skull or something. Maybe a piece of bread. Or a rock. Oh, that's actually pretty dangerous. I don't feel like dying just yet, so let's back up. And now we have enough distance to charge right back in. Not terribly much damage. Let's hit him with the dismember. Blocked it. And we still won. And then notice there's a pistol right here. Chrome revolver. Don't have any ammo to go with that, do we? Doesn't seem like it. We've got a gun. No ammo for said gun. Not terribly much else in our inventory. Should probably drop these furs. They weigh 10 pounds, and I don't think they're worth terribly much. And since it's daytime again on the surface, let's bask in the sunlight. You bask in the sunlight and absorb the nourishing rays. Start to metabolize the meal, gaining the following effects for the rest of the day. Plus 30 to natural healing rate, and plus 15 to quickness. For Snapjaw. It's an engraved desert Chris. Iron wormwags out of its relief stub of the hilt. Engraved on this item is a scene from the life of the ancient Sultan Khofridates II. Ibn Ibakesh, Khofridates II, stumbled upon a clan of trees performing a secret ritual. Because of his reputation for murdering someone by cooking her for sustenance, they accepted him into their fold and taught him their secrets. Ever just reward someone for being a cannibal? Well, this cannibal has a very different meaning in the Caves of Khud. Ooh, we're level 2. Got 1 mutation point. What else did it say? We gained 3 hit points, 74 skill points, and 1 mutation point. I'll stick to that plan I mentioned. Let's upgrade our regeneration. As for skills and power, I don't think we have enough to unlock anything that's worth it. Because 100 points to unlock cooking. We do have butchery, so we might want to do that before too long. Could get the first level of tactics, which is give us hurdle. So you have no penalty to your dodge value while sprinting, and you can jump without interrupting your sprint. We do not have jump, however. Not that we have to have it. Enough to unlock the first level of Physic, which would let us use bandages. Well, it would let us use bandages more effectively. And nothing else would be worth it. Let's keep exploring. Maybe we just leave. Yeah, right now we've only got an armor value of 2, so anything that hits us and gets a crit, like, let's read the combat log. Seed Spitting Vine hits you ×2 for 3 damage, and then also hits us again for 3 times for 7 damage. That brought us down to below 40% of our health. Back at full health. Oh hey, that bat already took out the plants. Right, finished exploring here. Let's go down. There's our cannibal. Sunshame has left his skin pulpy and spider white, and his capillaries are shot with blood 2 shades too dark. He's got a club, and he also is willing to bite us. Let's hit him with the dismember. What did we chop off? We chopped off his feet. So he is mobility impaired. It will be very easy to run from him if we have to. Let's just keep wailing on him. And he goes down. Giant centipede. Chattering legs in the high dozens figure S swerve, its shining trunk like the spine of a gigantic hominid. Probably pronounced that completely wrong. Anyway, let's charge at it. Cleaved it. And it goes down. We just reorganize some stuff. Put dismember right next to charge. Take camp all the way at the bottom here. Okay. Oh, we're bleeding. We've gained a level from killing the cannibal. Gained 3 hit points, 74 skill points, another mutation point, and another attribute point. Now before taking on the next guy, let's invest. I think we should just go full in on strength. I have 23 strength. Cannot advance regeneration just yet, so put our second mutation point into double muscled. As for skills and powers, is there anything we can learn for axes? Not yet. Cleave's gonna be pretty important to get. It's let's read it out here. Whenever you hit an opponent with an axe, there's a 75% chance you cleave through their armor, giving them a -1 penalty to their armor value. This penalty can stack a number of times up to half your strength modifier. Round that up, +1 on a critical hit. So what it means by strength modifier is that you see the +3 on the bottom of our strength stat over here? So it's, I think, every even number that you go up. So like at 24, it'll go up to +4, but that's our strength modifier. So once we have cleave, and we'll probably also have 24 strength by that point, means that we'd be able to stack cleave twice on any target we're attacking, unless if it's a crit, then it can stack up to 3 times. Yeah, one of these guys had a painted club. We're not going to grab it, but we are going to look at it. Wood was shaved into a bludgeoning bulb. This item is painted with a scene from the life of ancient Sultan Khofradates I. On an expedition around Kuan, Khofradates was captured by bandits. He murdered their leader with a dagger made of tiny gears, and was thenceforth known as Clock Dancer. Second time now that clocks have come up in relation to these Khofradates. We've discovered the location of Kawan. Right, there's our way further down, but let's keep exploring. Some vines on the wall. A jilted lover. Virtuous Siri modeled Shirai? Actually, how do you pronounce that word? And let's mispronounce it even harder just to make up for it. Virtuous Sirai modeled with thorns reach for the warmth of a body. They hug the air in desperation. So vines just blindly reaching out to go stab people. Let's charge right into them. Giving us a nice little activate XP with each of those ones killed. But now we've got something a bit stronger. A Snapjaw Brute. Same description as the regular Snapjaws, except the main difference is I think these guys are stronger, but they do not count as swarmers. Anyways, just see if we can chop something important off. We chopped off his face. Gruesome. Okay, he's down. Now, a fun thing we can do with these is you can wear them and they give you a bonus of 1 to your ego stat. And they also give you a reputation penalty for whatever faction used to, the face used to belong to, I mean. But I don't think we're ever going to be on good terms with Snapjaws anyways, so let's just act like a totally reasonable person and wear his face. Let's collect some daggers. These are usually worth carrying around. As trade goods, I mean. Since they're a very good price to weight ratio as far as weapons are concerned. Lacquered leather armor. This item repels liquids and cannot rust. Counterweighted hand axe. Now we're wielding 3 axes. Okay, we just got shot at from something off screen. Level 4. Okay, I know I said that I'd be focusing regeneration. Let's see if we can upgrade double muscled first. Because this way we get an extra point in strength. And let's grab cleave. Next up, we're gonna probably get charging strike, and then after that, hook and drag. Gonna get all we can out of the axe tree before starting to branch out into other skills. Because it's probably all we're gonna need for the first little while. You know what? I'm curious enough. Let's just examine the trinket, see what it is. It's a salt mill. Carved and stained olive wood houses the steel teeth that grind irregularities from cooking salt. A nice little container to keep our salt in, if we decide to keep it. I kinda do want to keep it, because we are going to go into cooking eventually, and salt is a very common ingredient. We could just find another salt mill to stick our salt in, but that one's perfectly fine right there. Steel dagger. And some studded leather armor, which has a higher armor value than what we have right now. We're gonna equip that right away. Well, there's a slime and someone shot an arrow at it. I think we run away to a less open area. Sounds like something's fighting a slime over there. Let's just wait here for our health to go back up. Okay. Some more daggers. Health is pretty low again. Seem to have found a little workshop or something here. What's in the bottle? Brown sludge. Definitely not gonna wanna collect or consume brown sludge. I just got zapped by that little bugger there. An electrofuge. Gossamer hairs stand stiff in static charge across its octet of spindle legs, and it crackles as it crawls. basically just an electro spider. Let's hit him with a dismember. We died. Well, Rockman, you were not the strongest man after all. Rest in peace, Rockman. Alright, that's our first guy. Second guy, we're not going to spend quite so much time looking around. We're going to do something a little different too. Start with someone that has points in... Actually, let's do Pilgrim. Also go with something very similar to what we had. Multiple arms, double muscled. Let's go for two-hearted. Also amphibious. So now we've got 5 points to spend. Go with carapace. And photosynthetic skin. This guy will be named Boulder Man. That's a real name. Alright, let's talk to Mehmet. See what his reputation looks like. Flowers do not like him, and the Buddhist Templar also do not like him. To be fair, I don't think the Buddhist Templar like much of anyone anyways. Give him some water. We could teach us harvestry if we got the reputation up high enough. We'll go look for those things eating the water vine for him. Talk to this guy. Who told him, yeah, we'll bring your bauble. Hopefully it's another salt shaker. Game. Oh hey. Someone new in the chat. That Hunter 044. Hello to you too. Anyways, Raim is admired by the villagers, admired by goat folk, but disliked by the Berephormites. Yeah, I can handle that. Seems to have a static inventory, this lady. Need us some apple mats. Let's do a little auto explore of this place. Find our Loran Reshef, which I think he's one of the sultans that's always the same story every time. Most of this game is randomized. That guy is not. Now, let's go see if Tam has anything interesting to trade. Nothing terribly crazy. But I do spot something in our inventory. We have a Schrodinger's page from the Annals of Kud. And it's from the chapter of the Villagers of Tud. We're just gonna entangle that. You had the following entry into the Annals of Kud. On the 2nd of Kisu Uts, Boulder Man became admired by the villages of Tud for resembling one of their idols. Huh. Do we look the right way so people like us? We We also have Hamza for personality. Let's try reading the book. As seasons cycle, so Shava cycles. Brewed with me memory of leisure divide all epochs into the ribcage of wire. Release yourself from the tomb of the night's panel discussion. Within its halls you will not ease us when we speak of the free seer deep in my 40 years as a physician. If that sounded like nonsense, it's because it was. At least I'm pretty sure it was nonsense. I might be illiterate. Now let's examine the trinket. He broke the trinket. Hope he's not mad. So why is this table painted differently? Graffiti is scrawled across the surface. It reads, kill, eat, don't... something? Anyways. Go attack the archive. Gonna mumble at us. And we'll promise to go get him a knick-knack. Let's have a look at the statue here. Shrine depicts a significant event from the life of the ancient Sultan Artalarem II. Throughout the entirety of 3525 before Reshef, Artalarem II ravaged all of the 12-sided worshipping oligarchy of Alarkelil, soldering together the children of arachnids and cannibals. Became known as Alarkelil Bane. And now we know where Alarkelil is. And it's right there, not far from where we are. Then Tud is also not far from where Alarkelil is. Maybe we'll go there, maybe we'll die in the cave again. Uh-oh. Now that is an issue. Chitinous puma, hex plates of firm and mingled fungus fill raised a plane of fur against a cat's back like meadowed mesas. The rubbing against each other sounds like blades of grass. Now, these things are tough, and not just because it says it's very tough right there on the screen, because they have a lot of armor and they can hurt you and they can chase after you. So we're just going to immediately run right back to the village. It's chasing after us. Save me, Warden. Please, I beg of you. Does not seem interested in saving us. Okay, so we're just gonna have to run. Somehow. Hopefully we can lose... Oh, I think that's a second one. There are now 2 giant armored cats chasing after us. There are no longer 2 giant armored cats chasing after us because we are dead. Damn. Rest in peace, Boulder Man. We hardly knew ye. Okay, let's just replay the last character we played, because we didn't really get a chance with that guy. He just immediately wandered into some armored pumas and died. This guy is going to be called Pebble. It's not a man, it's just a pebble. Alright, yada yada, Mehmet. Huh, everyone likes Mehmet. Which I guess means we like Mehmet. Okay. Go find those things for him. Your name is also nothing but positives. a quick exploration. Alright. Just talk to the convert here. Yes, we'll bring your salt shaker. We won't break it this time. Talk to Archive. Tell him that we will find him his knick-knack. Let's go talk to Tam. Do you have anything cool on you? A painted wooden buckler. Picks a scene from the life of Sultan Reshef. I'm not gonna read those ones though. An engraved musket. Another one about Reshef. It's got a bunch of artifacts this time around. Also has steel boots. Is there anything we could sell for those? Sell some books. Even though technically I really shouldn't sell any books. We'll be back for those boots. Alright, this time we've got the ancient Sultan Iksirmed III, deep in the wilds of the clock-worshipping district of Mid. Iksirmed III discovered the shrine of Iratara. There he befriended crabs and fought for everlasting glory. Friend of Crab, warrior of eternity. Okay, please do not have any pumas waiting to maul me. Seem to be in the clear. Croc right there. Now this time around on this character, we do have half-decent stats. We are pretty strong, but we don't start with any weapon skills. We've got some stuff in wayfaring, so we could have been traveling on the map instead of walking around manually, but that comes later. We also have a bunch of stuff in self-discipline, so we can meditate, so it's a lot easier to regain our health from resting, which will come in handy because we didn't take regeneration this time around. Also got fasting away, which means we hunger in first at half the normal rate, and the metabolic effects from meals will last twice as long, and that does include the photosynthesis from having photosynthetic skin. Also have Iron Mind. Each round you're confused, you have a willpower minus 10% chance to shake off the effect. So right now our willpower is 20, so we'd have a 10% chance each round that we are confused that we just snap right out of it. And that's only going to go up. Let's try not to die. Okay, that was pretty successful. I probably should have looked at what we have equipped. I have a slender staff. Works as a cudgel. I'm thinking we're going to spec into cudgels in general, since we have multiple hands, and we also have the increased muscle power that also gives us a passive increased chance to stun stuff. We can just get that stun number really high up and then just obliterate the hell out of everything we find with a wall of haymakers. Or maces. Probably maces. And we're back at Red Rock. Let's not explore, let's just go right into it. But there's no sunlight to bask in. Way down. I think we run. No reason to risk it. Seems to have lost a fight against the dog here. Cannot use armor, so let's not bother picking up any of that. An amber tip staff. That will come in useful. And a short bow. Probably not going to use it, but let's equip it anyways. So the amber tip staff. It is a bit better than the regular thing we have. First of all, you see the damage instance does 6 penetration and 3d2 damage, compared to our slender staff right underneath there, 5 penetration, 1d2 damage. It's a gnarled acacia staff set with small orb of primordial amber, +1 to hit, strength bonus cap 3. It's a cudgel. Meanwhile, the slender staff has a strength bonus cap of 1. So now we've got 2 staves. I'm curious, what is the odd trinket? Identified the odd trinket as a bubble level. Toral pane of crystal bisects the straight edge and puts a greasy bubble in center view. It's got 1 dram of brackish water inside of it. We're now level 2. Let's upgrade our carapace before everything, because that's how we're gonna ensure that we don't instantly die. Probably still gonna instantly die, but at least it'll be, you know, more expectedly bullshit when it happens instead of Lamau, I forgot to put armor on again. Counterweight bronze dagger. More things there than I'd like to handle at the moment. Let's hide around this corner and heal up. The Izakari's Sun Veil. Veil cut from a thin, flame-retardant fabric woven by the Izakari nomad tribes. 10 heat resistance, 200 reputation with the Izakari tribe. I don't think we've got anything to wear on our face anyways, so let's just do that. Bronze mace. And a painted shortbow. Painted with the scene from the life of ancient Sultan Dari Zeram. Somewhere in the charm worshipping district of Hanamas, Dari Zeram came across a trove of periodic forgotten seconds of one's life. From then on, she always kept some miniature clocks hidden on her person. Again with the clocks. So now we know where that is. Let's see where it is. Well, it's not far from where we are. But the Hanamas Charm Square, that's all the way in the top right of the map. It's pretty far away. Though it's definitely not in the most dangerous spot it could have been. Treasure chest. Instead of leather armor, keep forgetting we cannot use armor. And we've also found a salve injector, and a basic toolkit, and the copper nugs. And exploring this floor, what's on the next? Whole bunch of stuff. Now let's back up for a bit. That's a bear. Maybe we just skedaddle. And then chase me up. Let's have a peek. Bear seems to have killed a dog. Unacceptable. Slain the bear. We're now level 3. Gain 6 hit points. A bunch of other stuff. Cannot upgrade our carapace. What do I want upgraded first? Let's upgrade multiple arms. And we can also grab first level of cudgel. And we're gonna save up for bludgeon. There's a beetle. A lens of glass has crusted over the smooth stone where the heat of sacred math burned the air and cooled in QED. Under that dermis and the meteoritic layer, an electric heart grinds on the field of magnets at the Earth's core and radiates a shower of sparks. Petty mortal will bring me 3 portions of fermented yonder cane, and I shall reward you with heightened skill. I think it's not too hard to get that much stuff. We just have to find the yonder cane and then preserve it, and I think that gives us like a pile of them. I think it's even more than 3. Okay, so once we have that, we just have to go back to him. There's a spider there, and it is showing up as hostile, but doesn't want to engage. We want to engage it. We're winning fights a lot harder than we were on the first character. We're already level 4. Let's see. Thinking keep pumping points into strength. And carapace. Explored the second level, or the 2 strata deep level, whatever that actually is. See some smoke rising from somewhere off, out of our vision. Oh, that's something new. Same description, but this one's a swarm alpha. As long as this creature is adjacent to his target, he grants +2 to the swarm bonuses of each other swarmer who is adjacent to this target. And he also counts as a swarmer. Right, beat the crap out of him, and he dropped a weird artifact on the floor. Just yoink that. And back up a little bit. These ones are the hunters. Nothing special, it just means that they usually have a bow and arrow on them. They stopped being any kind of threat whatsoever pretty early on, but we're not at that level yet. Put on that crimson hood. Let's see what this weird artifact is. It's an anomatic jackhammer. Has a odd trinket inside of it. Let's see what the trinket is. It's a chem cell. It's full. So we could use that since it does count as a cudgel, and it is very good for making pathways through walls. Actually, I think when you have one of these equipped, it lets your auto-explorer dig through walls, which sometimes is a huge waste of time and electricity from whatever power cell you have slotted into the device, and other times you find all kinds of fun secrets. I think we're just going to leave that in our inventory for now. Maybe sell it, maybe give it to Archive, I don't know. Huh, so that guy had a weird artifact on him. It's a freezing wrench. When powered, this weapon deals an additional 2 cold damage on hit, and it is not powered. I don't think we're going to be wasting our chem cell on that. Clay pitcher full of cider. Let's collect that liquid. And since we have a little bit of cider in one of these, we're gonna set this to auto collect liquid. So if we find any more cider in a random clay pitcher or whatever on the ground of wherever we're exploring, we're gonna automatically collect it. Same thing with the wine here. And also the fresh water. I know by default the game has it so you automatically pick up fresh water, but I always find that before too long you just kind of start wandering around with way too much water on your person and it takes up like half your inventory space. Just keep smacking dudes in the face and taking their daggers. Our lower left hand is dismembered. And we dropped our torch. Ah, this is really not good. Let's run away. Let's use our salve injector. Let's also replace this with a torch. We're not dead, but we're missing a hand, which is unfortunate. We can get it back though, just not right now. There's the bugger who did it. This is Duborafo of the Hulking Snapjaw Skull Splitter. He's got a steel battle axe and a flaming wrench. Let's back up from him, try to engage him somewhere where we only have to fight one guy at a time, because he does have a buddy with him. Hopefully he doesn't just immediately start chopping off everything else we have on us, because that'd be pretty horrifying. Our health is pretty low. Maybe we eat something. Do we have anything worth eating? But crusty loaf. I don't think that'll heal us though. Or we do have witchwood bark. Yeah, that's a healing item. Nearly took him out. There we go. Level 5. Genome enters an excited state. Now, I think we get one of these every 5 levels, if I remember right. And it's the only way to get any mutation we have past level 10. Because it lets us put points into, like, up to 10 mutation points into any mutation to level it up. But it has a maximum level of 20. So the only way to get above 10 is to put some of these genetic enhancements or the excited state or whatever you want to call it into whatever mutation that is, which we are going to go all in on Carapace. Because if we get that very high level, we can have very high levels of armor that enemies cannot strip off of us with, like, say, a magnet or by destroying our equipment or anything like that, because, hey, it's built-in armor. Snapshots despise us. That's fine, we despise them too. Villagers of Alamos like us. The goat folk hate us slightly less. And that's good. Got ourselves a vine wafer, a wrench, and a steel battle axe. Maybe we equip that. It's not the right weapon type, but it'll do more damage. Now we could just run back to Archive and give him the Flaming Wrench and the Freezing Wrench. I think those both count as knickknacks. He doesn't want 2 of them. Yeah, I think that's the play. Still have more business to attend to here, but we come back to it in a little bit. Don't have to do it all in one go. We are lost. We're at the outskirts of Red Rock, however. We regained our bearings. Archive, you moody fuck up. Here's your knickknack. Could give him the bubble level. And maybe before we give him anything, we run over to Tam and ask him, hey, what's all this crap worth? The wrenches are not worth terribly much. The nano-pneumatic jackhammer is worth a little bit more, but it also is significantly heavier, so we'll probably get rid of it, but we'll probably trade it instead of giving it away. The bubble level is worth even less than the wrenches. Hold on. He didn't talk to the preacher guy that gives us the quest, right? Oh no, wait, we did get the quest. I'm thinking the bubble level is what we got from him, so we'll keep on to it. Or hang on to it, not keep on. Let's give him the freezing wrench. Are you a useful one after all? Go fetch me another, if I must. So here's your second knickknack, Flaming Wrench. He whistles. I cannot whistle, so I will not even attempt. Impressive, you. Maybe you're fit to poke around my workshop and swap scrap with me. I've been wanting another apprentice. So unfortunate about Scriff. What with the disembowelment and all? Take a seat. There. Raises both of his eyebrows in a display of extreme dexterity. Now, to screw the nut on the bolt with an explanation. I'm on the cusp, you see. A grand discovery. The Weirdwire conduit is near assembled. And once it is, we'll be able to chat with anyone, in instant time. From here to the id freehold, but before I can finish, I need wire, as much as you can find, at least 200 feet. You should be able to scavenge it from the rest wells. I'll fetch you your wire. And I'm not sure if it's still in the game, since they remodeled this town, I mean. Used to be he had a couple of chests in his workshop that you could access after you gave him those knickknacks, but doesn't seem to have him anymore. He's got all kinds of weird machines, however. Maybe it's in those. Yeah, maybe not. Let's see, what do you have to trade? We don't have tinkering, so we have no idea what's in those data disk, and those artifacts are very expensive for something that we have a RNG chance to just break as soon as we try to identify it. So he has a total of nothing for us. Oh, let's just get those boots like we said we were going to. Anything else you have? Is a painted wooden buckler. Oh no, we already looked at that. Okay, let's offload all our crap. I guess we can sell our scrap while we're at it, because I'm not sure if I'm going to be putting anything into tinkering anytime soon, and that's what we need if we want to scrap it. Into useful materials instead of just something that sits in your inventory and takes up some weight. Anyways, yeah, that's a good trade. Pay him 13 drams worth of fresh water. And there we go. Rid of our bloodstained sandals and equip some steel boots. Sandals worth anything? Worth $0.7. Right, let's bask in the sunlight. And let's wander right back over to Red Rock. I know we're still missing a hand, but 3 should be plenty. And we should bask in the sunlight again. Yeah, there's no sunlight. Crap. Just eat some regular food then. These freaking tread roots are being annoying. Oh, that's a lot of guys in that room. We should probably look at the description of the Snapjaw Warrior before we cave his head in. And now he's just a regular old Snapjaw, just this one's a bit more better equipped. He's wearing Crocs and he's got an Iron Vine Reaper. And now he's dead. And that last one with a bow is going to be a pain in the butt. No more. Not sure if the leather whips are worth more than most other weapons, but we'll find out. As for all the stuff that's here, here's the Crocs. Scoots are arranged like stony pikes around the apron of the chute. Light reflects off the enamel shine. +100 reputation with unshelled reptiles. Sturdy, this item cannot break or crack, though it can still be destroyed. Not gonna wear those, but we're gonna sell them. Ooh. Painted sturdy ring mail. Not gonna be able to wear that, but maybe it's worth bringing with us to sell. This item is painted with a scene from the life of an ancient sultan, Oro-Lamasp. In 3394 before Rajah, Oro-Lamasp appointed a corrupt administrator as Minister of Topar. She mandated the practice of mining jasper stones in Oro-Lamasp's name. Smiling sun mask. Very fancy smiling sun mask. It smells faintly of ancient dried grapes. We already have something on our face. Keep exploring. Another amber tip staff. Don't mind if I do. And an engraved short bow. Engraved with a scene from the life of the ancient Sultan Ixermed III. It's not the same guy as the other one we were reading about, I don't think, or at least not the same lineage. One night under the beetle moon, a babe was found swaddled on a sacred stone cairn with boots on its eyes. Why was a babe found with boots in its eyes? That babe came to be known as Ixermed III. Maybe it's some weird expression we don't understand. Sandals of the River Wives. A pearl fastens these well-crafted sandals, +5 move speed. Well, we'd definitely be wearing those if we did not have the steel boots. An iron longsword, don't think that's worth carrying. Oh, there's our hand. I'm gonna leave it there. They can have it. They've earned it. Steel kukri. Worth a little bit of coin. Or water in this case. And we've explored the floor. Let's quickly go back up, bask in some sunlight, and come right back down. Stand plants. I'm just gonna start chopping these because it seems like they activate every time I run past them. Don't remember them doing that beforehand, but if they're gonna do that now, I'm just gonna chop them. Alright, 4th floor. I think this is the bottom floor of Red Rock. Well, not technically the bottom, but of the naturally generated cave that's here, it is the bottom. Suddenly reminded, did we have any points we did not spend? There is. There's a mutation point. That's just waiting to be spent. Let's upgrade our multiple arms. We also have 246 points for skills. Our bludgeon. It's gonna make it so whenever we hit with a cudgel, there's a 50% chance we daze our opponent. which gives them -4 int, -4 agility, -10 move speed for 3 to 4 rounds. If you daze an already dazed opponent, they're stunned for 1 round instead, which means they cannot take actions and they have 0 dodge. Now we've got 96 points left over. We just save it up to get Conk next. You have finished a step. Find the vermin of the quest. What's eating the water vine? So here's our culprit. A wet, defanged Gershling. Star orchid saliva pools in the cavities where its fangs used to be and drips onto pallid leg fins. It shudders in the capture of some pristine ecstasy lost to space and time, and it lets out a proud and piercing whine. It's defanged, so we don't have to worry about getting poisoned. But these things can still be kinda dangerous. Seem to be doing a good job of beating the tar out of it, however. And there we go, we killed it. We need to take back its corpse. Right. So technically we could just leave right away and go complete that quest. I'm just gonna finish exploring this floor. We're not gonna take the long way back, which is to follow the underground river, which will bring us right back to underneath Joppa. Because I feel like a lot of the time there'll be something way too tough that generates in that cave, and you're just wandering around, and next thing you know you get swarmed by like 20 Snapjaws, and then whatever wicked thing the game decided to generate shows up at the most inconvenient time to slap you silly. Hey, this is different. Gyre White of Agolgot. He's neutral. Figure is marked by Star Orchid robes as a votary of the Gyre and reveler and the metamorphic Newman. Nails, filth black, flash from out of his sleeve, and a jester poem to say that plague is but transmutation. Death is the ladder to life, and the existence of children proves the prelacy of raw growth. A rank and acrid smell clings to him. Sounds like a kind of fucked up guy. He's got wings, he's got an engraved robe, he's got a square cap, rank fangs, and 2 carbide daggers. Yeah, let's not pick a fight with this guy. He'll probably kick our ass. We will pick a fight with this guy. He seems indifferent to us. Another defanged Gershling. Sappy Wet Iron Buckler. Don't think that one's going to be worth carrying around. Most iron weapons and armor are worth very little. We're not exactly up to par when it comes to trading ability either. Got impaled on a young ivory. Hacked into rents in the shales are spinescent shoots of blooming ivory. Is it ivory? Ivory, does it matter? No. now level 6. Can't put any more points into Carapace. Can't put more points into multiple arms. Now we have our first activated ability for cudgels, Conk. Let's read what it does. Make an attack with a cudgel at an adjacent opponent. If you hit, you automatically daze your opponent. If your opponent is already stunned, you instead knock them unconscious for 30 to 40 rounds. Unconscious opponents wake up dazed when they take damage. So we have, potentially, some crowd control. Just hit them on the head hard enough that they no longer feel like attacking us. Right, then exploring here, let's go right back out. And plants. Hey, it's this guy again. Yeah, we haven't brought your water or your bubble level to the well yet. Sorry, guy. Okay. Then we just need to walk over to this guy here, Elder Irudad. A warm smile spreads over an old face freckled by time and a million crumbs of salt. He shrinks under a hunchback and drums the ground beneath his... No, wait, hold on. Let's try that sentence again. He shrinks under a hunchback and drums the ground beneath him with a short and barb-crowned tail. A second pair of arms rise over the slump of his shoulders, where hands meet and fingers lace to form another face. This one vacant and prehistoric, no mouth and eyes, desert white. Loved by the villagers of Joppa, hated by Uzes, hated by the Sardim, and hated by the Water Barons. He has a stinger on him. He's got black robes, some spectacles, a crysteel dagger, a walking stick, and some sandals. I don't think I meant to do that. Anyway, let's talk to him. Friend. Smiles. Levin drink, come in. Sit neath the quill shadow. Cross a pillow there. And welcome to Joppa. You may drink of our fresh water too, and quench your thirst. Yeah, that's nice and all, but I'm back from Red Rock with this corpse of a pale spiderling. Would you examine it? This? Oh. Pauses for several minutes. Worded leg. Foul smell of sour gum. Moon and sun. A Gershling. This is a Gershling. What's a Gershling? Creature of plague, friend. This one pauses. This one covered in slick and muscled out the bilge hose of sleeping a Golgot in the cave under the cloaca. But here, Gershlings this far west, there must be hundreds for one to reach. Does the gyre widen again? Gyre? Pauses. Plagues of our great-grandsires many times over. Salt, darkness, farting frogs, Gershlings. Or just Gershling. Friend, do not like to sour the air with a harsh word, but this tiding bites my liver like acid. Must ask Nima for an elixir of yuckweed. Notice that the creature had its fangs removed. Oh? A Gyrewite must be. They bind the teeth right up to their own gums and to make a show for the Gersh Nephilim. The Gersh Nephilim. Nephilim, seventh plague. Gersh titans born on the Moonstare and quickened to life to eat our young. Sultan Reshef drove them back a chiliad ago, away to slumber. Do they rouse? Let's mention that we did find one of those weirdos who install the Gershling teeth in their own mouth. Oh, in dyed robes, flashing gestures of hand, and ranting about pipe milk? The Gyrewite must be. They about worship the Gerf Nephilim as gods. We didn't really talk to him, we just kind of looked at him and then he looked at us. Sorry to cause you some pain, dude. Oh, friend, your finding is rich in value to us. We are poor farmers, and sharpen our vine reapers is all we can do. But others, perhaps more. Take these prickly boons as thanks. I will not soon forget this pebble. Leave me now to muse kindly. Got an Uber Nostrum injector, weird artifact, a solve injector, another solve injector, and then a third solve injector. We completed our quest. Now the villagers of Joppa actually like us. Maybe this time if we get chased into town by a giant puma, that they'll actually try to protect us from it. Alright. Let's inspect these artifacts. Have a stun rod. And we broke whatever the other thing was. Yeah, she still doesn't have anything. Maybe Archive can tell us what the thing we just broke is. For 3 drams of water, he'll tell us. It's a fix-it spray foam. We broke the item that's designed to fix everything. What should repair it? 5 drams of water. Sure. Probably not going to use it for a while, but it's always handy to have it. Sell this stuff. Get ourselves a little bit of water. Now, how loaded up are we? Got 150 out of 330 pounds in our inventory. Yeah, we should probably go sell some stuff. Sell the corpse. Whips do seem to be worth a small chunk of cash. Pretty much as a steel weapon, actually. Keep selling the scrap we find. We buy some stuff from him. We could buy that musket, but it's probably not worth it. Muskets aren't terribly good as far as weapons are concerned, even if it's better than anything we have. The main reason not to pick it up is there's a very real chance we could have found one by now. And it's also a very real chance that we find something that'll immediately outclass it immediately after we buy it. Let's just buy this weird artifact. And let's inspect the artifact and hopefully not break it. An airfoil poison grenade, Mark 1. Not terribly useful. Probably just gonna sell it to someone next time we want to trade something. Okay, so now we got options. Could run off to the Rust Wells, go find the wire that Archive wants, or we could run off the mid. Which might be dangerous, but there's almost certainly going to be good stuff there. Yeah, let's keep it simple. We got lost on the way. Ooh, a pig. A boar, to be specific. Oh, yeah, statue. Let's read it. This one's about Ixermerd III. Deep in the wilds of Turkapa, Ixermerd III discovered Turka. There, he befriended water barons and helped sack a village and burn its homes to the ground. So he's a friend of the rich merchants, and he sacked the village. What a guy. Regained their bearings. Let's immediately run back over here. Here is the rust well. Do we have a decent amount of arrows? Got 42 regular wooden arrows. Not terribly much. Thing is every time we're in contact with one of those things on the wall there, the kudzu it says right here, those things can rust any item in your inventory, including what you're wielding. So if you ever come to the rust wells, like way later on in the game, once you actually do have a full inventory and a full equipment complement of really good stuff, they can cause you a lot of grief by breaking all your important stuff, or at least rusting it. Notice we've already picked up some wire. How much do we have so far? We have 6 foot of wire. We need 200. Wait, is that feet or inches? I think that's inches. Anyways, also notice we have a blood-stained neck ring. A copper ring bespattered with worn blood. Plus 400 reputation with baboons. Yeah, might as well wear that. No downside to it. Also, maybe before we venture off into there, we use our Vernosprum injector. Let's have a look at it. Slender metal tube used to deliver various tonics directly into the bloodstream. Last 10 rounds, you recover 0.6 hit points per level, minimum 3 each round. At the end of the 10th round, you are purged of all short-term biological debuffs and you regrow up to 1 severed appendage. This item is a tonic. Applying 1 tonic while under the effects of another may produce undesired results. So this is how we get our hand back. Let's wait here for a little bit. The torrent of life sweeps away. And now we have our hand back. Now let's put the stun rod right in there. I'm not gonna power it. We're going to whack people with it. Gun rack. An electro bow. And a combat shotgun. Remember what I said about how the kudzu in this area can break any item you find on you? I'm gonna leave these here until I leave. Hopefully I don't forget about them. Just I don't want to risk those getting broken, and I don't want to have to waste that, what's it called again? The spray foam? The fix-it spray foam, that's what it was. Yeah, this right here. Because it'll fix anything, but we only have one of those. Now, I do have my auto-explore settings set to ignore anything that's too easy relative to our own level, which maybe that's a mistake. But it's working for us so far. Already have one of these. Why are we not picking up the wire? The inches of wire. This one we picked up automatically. What should we have now? Got 59 inches of wire. Uh-oh. Just heard the sound of something rusting. It seems like our chem cell got rusted. Don't think it's worth repairing it, at least not right now. Also, we found another weird artifact. Electrified bronze longsword. Chem cell that's inside of it is worth a lot more than the sword itself. No items hidden around here. Doesn't seem like it. Down to the next level. Masterwork chrome revolver. Pick that up. Some chainmail. Cannot use it. Oh hey, that's new. At least for this playthrough. A wet eyeless crab. A shadow inches over the dull white carapace of a giant and cave-born crustacean. Its eye stalks have shrunk to nothing in the sun-dim grottos of the Underearth. Oh yep, just a big ol' crab that doesn't have any eyes. Let's store some stuff in here. Anything we don't want to get rusted. We'll keep our salve injectors on us, because even though they can be rusted, we might need one. So we do have witchwood, but it's not reliable. Also put the fix-it spray foam. Not sure if that can rust, but I don't want to risk it. A slug snout. These guys can be pretty dangerous, so let's dip right around the corner. Conk it. You missed. Yeah, those guys are a lot more dangerous when they're far away from you and don't try to engage you in melee range. Alright. We can't level this. I'm guessing we also can't level these. So let's upgrade our muscles. Can we get anything fun? Don't have charge, so we can't get charging strike. We'd get Lionheart. Each round you are terrified, you have a willpower minus 10% chance to shake off the effect. Sure. We didn't get any attribute points or nothing else. Nope. More wire strand. Oh no, wait. Just realized I probably should be reading the thing on the right that says we have 62 feet of copper wire, not inches, feet. The Salt Hopper. A bulge-eye head and stretched thorax of sun-salt white is poised to leap through the air by the thrust of a sestet of bounding legs. Basically just a really big praying mantis from what the sprite looks like. Why are we not picking up these bundles? 50 foot of wire, and we have 118. Oop, the torch went out. Why didn't you automatically re-equip a new one? Doesn't matter. Says we got everything. At a counterweighted club. I think we're gonna carry that one. Foot of wire. Steel longsword. Can sell that. Seems like our stuff got rusted. Is our blood and slime stained net ring? We're just gonna drop it. Once our basic toolkit got rusted, also gonna drop it. Isakari banner is probably just a better version of the worn Burnous. Not gonna bother with carrying the ring mail or the chain mail. But our steel longsword, and here's our musket. Good thing we didn't buy it. Do we have any ammo to put in the musket? Doesn't seem like it. Let's drop this bow. We're also going to drop the worn Burnous. Inspect the Isakari banner. Platinum stitch on a field of salt white brings recognition only to mirage-trained eyes of the Isakari. Banner has been sewn into a scarlet collar. It's exact same stats as the worn Burnous, except it also has the added benefit of giving us reputation with the Isakari. Arrestation. These guys can be pretty dangerous, but let's risk it. And these guys can also, like the kudzu, rust your stuff, and I think they do it at a higher proportion. Or is it that they can cleave you? I think they can do both, actually. They seem to be winning. Right, there we go. It's nothing but a corpse now. You have wilted. You'll move slower and regenerate slower until you eat or bask in the sunlight again. We are a plant after all. Let's bask in the nourishing rays. A Gershling. This one doesn't have its fangs removed. Doesn't tell us what kind of fangs it has, it's just that it does have fangs. We have obtained 121 feet of copper wire. Let's grab this chest here. Weird artifact. It's a hover sled. That's a really good item. We're gonna leave that in there until we leave, just so it doesn't get rusted. Okay, grab the hover sled, which you might have noticed when looking at it, it just said that it doesn't necessarily do anything, and it just has a little bit of weight. But when you have it equipped, notice how the weight is now negative. negative 75 pounds, so it lets us carry a lot more stuff. Grab all of that stuff from here. I think we want all of it, so yep, just grab all of it. Since we have the electro bow, let's equip that. Put a chem cell in there. Probably not going to use it very often, but when we do have a powered electro bow in our missile weapon slot, it acts as a very basic light. So we can unequip the torch now and have 4 weapons going at the same time. Let's put the battle axe on there. Switch this, or no, wait, hold on. They seem to have changed what the button is to switch your primary limb. Let's see if we can't figure it out. Oh, it's insert now. Okay, there we go. It's whatever your primary limb is, what you do your attacks with, and anything that's not a primary only has a small chance to attack, which gets increased by our multiple arms skill, and it also gets increased by multi-weapon fighting, which we might invest into after we're done with Cudgel. Right. Anyways, how much wire strand do we have? 120, so we still need another 80. We're gonna have to go down another rest well. Maybe we can get away with just exploring the surface of these 2 rest wells and not go inside of it. Ooh, leveled up. Now level 8. Instead of leveling up multiple arms, let's go for double muscled. Get an extra point of strength. Exploring up here, how much wire do we have? 160. Yeah, let's just explore the surface of the 3rd rust well. Some baboons just flinging rocks. I wonder if there's a mod out there that replaces the rocks with turds or something. Feels like a mod someone would have made. Okay, we've managed to get all the wire we need. Let's get the hell out of this hellhole. Ooh, we've discovered the pasture of Ghost and Cerulean. Just seems to be a little farmstead. A pig farmer. You best not hurt my critters. Don't worry, we won't. Not that you could stop us, but we won't. Could sell some stuff to this guy. And will. Sell the musket. Brown sword. We could sell the torches, but I'll keep them just in case. As soon as we find a glow sphere or something, then I'll get rid of them. Shoot, let's just sell the chrome revolver. Explore the rest of this map and then let's get out of here. Ooh, we noticed some ruins nearby. Let's investigate. Cotton ruins. We're already surrounded. shades. Pick those up. Some goggles too. Steel longsword. And a bronze dagger. Their battle axe. A lot of guys here. Technically we're cornered, but this way they don't get that swarmer bonus. Their stun rod. Take the cell out of it. Grab the rod. Hello, Porta, and member of the cult of Orlamat. No, wait, we already have boots, right? Yeah, steel boots. We need those ones then. Steel battle axe. Bronze dagger. Get a leather belt while we're at it. Ooh, some spiked engraved gauntlets. Let's see. Item is engraved was seen from the life of the ancient Sultan Orlamasp. Inside a colossal moment in time chosen arbitrarily, Orlamasp cemented her friendship with astrologist by marrying Irquad. We might as well wear those for now. Give us some more armor. Now, since we have multiple hand slots, I'm pretty sure the amount of armor it gives us gets split between both slots. Yeah, you see how the icon here, the little blue thing, is the number is red, that means it's getting penalized, and then this one over here is green because the penalty is being reduced because of the shared slot. Steel. Hello, Porta, and member of Cult of Orlamasp underneath this pile of trash. Let's leave him alone. Who's this guy? Scar Afawagubu, the stalwart snapjaw bearbaiter and member of the Cult of Orlamasp. He's loved by the cult, hated by the goat folk, admired by the denizens of Id Freehold. Maybe we don't kill this guy. Maybe we just bonk him once, bonk him twice. On second thought, I don't think there's any way we can run from him. Let's just smack him silly. Cult hates us, the goat folk like us, or well, they're indifferent. Guys of Id Freehold, however, definitely like us a whole lot less. More steel helmet. These are a hood. And a lacquered leather cap. Let's sell that. Engraved bronze two-hand sword. That are seen from the life of Sultan Orlamasp. One auspicious day, a scribe found a babe with an orbital hourglass in each hand outside her scriptorium. She and her fellow scribes adopted the babe and named her Orlamasp. A lot of stories about children appearing in places they shouldn't be with items that they shouldn't have. Ooh, bookshelf. Let's just collect these books, no point reading them. Hey, a pestle. Haven't seen one of these before. A bulb of stone is dusted by humoric powders. It's kind of a crummy weapon, don't you think? A lot of snapjaws around. Really not much of a challenge for us anymore. Ooh, another purple guy. Skurdago of Fukumu, the fleet-footed snapjaw gut splitter and member of the cult of Orlamas. Loved by the cult, disliked by roots for digging up the remains of their ancestors, admired by arachnids for giving one of their kind a favorable horoscope reading, and disliked by the villagers of Saramas for telling bawdy jokes. Well, I guess we're gonna be friends to the roots and enemies to spiders. Roots are now indifferent to us. The spiders hate us. Some more spiked gauntlets. Don't mind if I do. Now we have 2 pairs of those that we're wearing. Collect leather whip. Jewel-encrusted bronze knife. Snapjaw shotgunner and member of the cult of Orlamas. Get down, he has a gun. Seems to be trying to shoot me from around the corner. And now's the part where we run out and smack him in the face. Took him out pretty quick. Shotgun shells. Pump shotgun. Yeah, maybe we don't equip that since we need the light from, shoot, what's it called? Whatever that, arc bow or something was. The Electro-Bow, that's what it was. Oh no, I forgot such a simple name. Ooh, we have an odd trinket. It's a box of crayons. Let's draw a pretty picture. What do we want to draw? What's something that's real cool that we wish we had? Something very cool. A mag hammer. And we're gonna want it gold. Gonna draw it right there. You draw a pretty picture. If you're wondering what the point of that item is there's a very small chance that they're actually nano crayons and whatever you draw is gonna instantly become real. Those, however, were not nano crayons, so we just drew a pretty picture because we felt like it. Anyways, let's get rid of this steel battle axe. I think we have enough weapons now. Our butter staff. A second stun rod. Maybe we don't bother with the stun rods up until we have some cells that we can stick in them. Don't have any other cudgels at the moment, however. Or no, wait, that's a lie. We have a steel mace right here. Another shotgunner. realize we actually have a pretty decent amount of armor now. Got 11. Fortunately, we don't have any dodge value, but I'd much rather have some good armor rather than being able to occasionally avoid a hit. Because it doesn't happen as often as you might want. Even if you pump way up. You know what, since you're gonna interrupt our auto-explorer, how about I just smack you? Wonder if there's some extra stuff behind this fence. Nope. Okay, well, let's just leave these ruins. Oh hey, we noticed some more ruins. Yes, we would like to investigate those. We discovered the Red Survakish. There's an electrofuge right there. Let's try hitting it with the electro bow. He hit it. Didn't kill it though. Hit him with a conch. That didn't work. Thinking we should spend less time trying to loot everything in these very easy areas and just let the auto collector do its thing. Oh hey. It's Akshar Sefashar, favorite of the Argent Fathers. She preaches the chromaic gospel of the Mechanimist. Precious saliva flies from her cracked lips, but she's too wrapped in the music of her words to notice. Love the bay. The Mechanimist, disliked by bears, hated by trees. Well, we like the trees. So let's maybe not water ritual with this person. Bunch of expensive looking scrap. Some smoky tubes. Another Uber Nostrum. Let's see, how much stuff do we have to sell? I'm tempted. Might as well sell the combat shotgun. I'm sure some people really like it, but every time I've tried to use this thing, by the point that I could get a reliable source of shotgun ammunition, shotguns were no longer effective against stuff because it only has a penetration value of 8. Like for example, if some other creature was going to try to use a combat shotgun on me, it would be barely effective because I have an armor value of 11. Yeah, I'm just gonna sell it. Let's buy the Uber Nostrum in case we need it. And then our choice of which of these tubes we want to test out. Try the smoky tube. So, neck ring, the crayons. Could actually get both tubes. Well, let's do that. No point carrying around all this stuff, and you could be dead any time. Let's see, what is it? It's a shade oil injector. 41 to 50 rounds, we get 8 dodge value. There's a 25% chance per round that you phase out of the spatial dimension for 1 to 3 rounds. This item is a tonic, applying 1 tonic, blah blah blah. Yeah, just don't inject too many tonics, you might have some side effects. This one's a rubber gum injector. 41 to 50 rounds. We get complete immunity to electricity. We get a small, well, 1/4 damage resistance to cold. We lose 1 armor value. Get a +5 to saves versus being restrained, -5 to saves versus bleeding, only suffer half damage from bludgeoning attacks and half damage from falling. Cannot be grabbed. Sure sounds like it could be useful in some situation, it's just I don't know what situation that would be. Ooh, some weird artifacts. Acid gas grenade, and a high explosive grenade. Another acid grenade. Some copper. Yeah, forgot that we've been wearing mirror shades. These items are actually somewhat rare, at least last time I played they were. Light flecks break themselves on the silver mote and rush back to their place of origin. The signifier becomes a signified. The simulacrum is realized. +1 ego, offers protection against visual flash effects, and get reputation with the mysterious strangers. Okay. Back. Oh. Discover a lair. Would you like to investigate? Yes, please. Discover the lair of Quetley Tetris, legendary croc. Yeah, I think I can take him. Actually, I don't still have those Rockisons, do we? Nah, I'd be right here in armor. I might get a level or 2 out of doing this. Most things here are gonna decide that they want a piece of the action once they see us fighting with any of the Crocs. Because they're all part of the same faction, which I think is Unshelled Reptiles. So if I attack their friends, they'll come and attack, even if their friend's the one who started it. Thankfully, these guys aren't terribly dangerous, especially not with how much armor we have. This guy, however, might cause us some problems, since he can cleave our equipment. Brings our armor value down. Here's the legendary croc. Loved by unshelled reptiles, disliked by the gyrewites. Gyrewites? Gyrewites. Well, we could try to build up our reputation with the whites. I don't think we'll even live long enough to suffer the consequences, but let's find out. Despised by the unshelled reptiles. Level 9. Got 24 strength. Let's see. Upgrade our cudgel. You can get backswing. Whenever you make a cudgel attack with your primary hand, there's a 25% chance you make an additional free attack with the same hand. Technically, that'd be a lot stronger if we didn't have multiple arms and we're going to focus on the single weapon fighting, but it's still useful even if you don't have that. It's just not as big of a bonus. Something over there, freezing ray. A nice frog. Actually, isn't this kind of fucked up because I'm part frog? Yeah, I am amphibious. Oh, wait. That said, it gives us a bonus reputation with frogs, but these are unshelled reptiles. Damn it. Should have paid more attention in biology class. Weird artifact. Airfoil EMP grenade Mark 1. A canteen. Well, we've finished exterminating the lair of Whitley Tetris legendary croc. Okay, Archive, I've got your fucking wires right here, bud. Yes, yes, beautiful wire. Oh, before I forget, I repaired an old recoiler for you. Use it whenever you wish to hop back to Joppa quickly. Sure would have been handy if you handed that to me earlier, old man. Now give me a few moments to attach the wire. I will return. Oh hey, achievement just popped up. Let's see if Tam got a new inventory refresh. Ooh, it's got a nylon backpack. Kind of expensive, but I do want one of those. Painted carbide longsword. Painted with a scene from Ixermerd II. After striking a deal with urchins, Ixermerd II convinced them to help him found a dig site in the circuit board worshipping district of Itum, for the purpose of excavating ancient brine. They named it the Briny Dig Site. Very creative there. Let's see. Should maybe also buy a steel warhammer. Although, second thought, that's kind of a steep price for something we can find completely free after pummeling someone to death. And that one's a different one, but it's from Reshef. You can figure those ones out yourself if you feel like it. Might as well sell these grenades. Don't think we're gonna make much use of them. Okay, This would leave us kinda low on water if we completed a trade like this. Oh, we can sell some kudzu stems. We've got 38 of these. Oh yeah, let's just sell all the kudzu stems and take a piece of copper or two back. Oh, let's keep all the copper. In fact, let's buy some copper. There we go. Place our banner with our new backpack. And check that out. We've got 432 pounds of carry capacity, and we also have our sled that's reducing whatever we're carrying by about 75. Or actually not about 75, exactly 75. Okay, let's go back to archive. It's working. Genius. Genius. Noise in the static. I hear it. I hear... What's this? What is that? Wait. It's repeating itself. Mumbles to himself for 5 minutes straight. Apprentice, come, here. Something strange is occurring. The conduit is picking up a signal, some sort of repeating transmission. I cannot decipher it. However... Oh wait, I cannot decipher it, however. I lack cryptogull eggs, and well, never you mind. I have a great task for you, my apprentice. Do you accept it? Can I know what the hell you're asking me to do? Yes, you must seek out Barafrum the Old, the eldest, wisest tinker alive. He lives with his followers, the Barafrumites, under the Ark of Grit Gate, to the northeast, in the jungle stranded ruins of Cud. He will know what to make of the signal. I require no further information. I will go. Splendid. Perfect. Let me record the signal to disk, which you'll need to guard with your life, I'm afraid. I'll rig up a droid scrambler for you too. You see, the Barafrumites have programmed a group of way droids to guard the approach to Grit Gate. With the scrambler, you'll needn't worry about them. Wait there. Mumbles to himself for 7 minutes. Here you are. Now, go. Off with you. May you live long enough to do my bidding. Away, away. Okay, Still doesn't have anything for us to buy. Well, he does, it's just we don't know what it is, and it's too expensive. Do we have a droid scramble now? And we could go directly to Grit Gate if we wanted to. If we wanted to. We don't. What we do want to do, let's go check out Mid. Despite the name, I'm sure it's pretty hella over there. Okay, we've arrived at Mid. Immediately, there's a pile of snapshots over here. Now, Electrofuge and member of the cult of Ixermed the Third. Fang Gershlings, shoot crabs, and electrofuges. So for whatever reason, this cult in this ruin has been formed by a bunch of arachnids. These guys are arachnids, aren't they? It's got 8 legs. Shit, I forget how many legs a spider has. Is it 6 or 8? I think it's 8. But I could be wrong. What's that? Strange tubes. Ah, it is indeed 8 legs. Thank you, Billy. Let's see what the strange tubes are. It's a metal folding chair. free books for the taking. Here's a fun thing that we cannot use, because we are not an aristocrat. Computer wants nothing to do with us. We can just pilfer the cybernetics rack on the side here. It's got a Skillsoft implant. Sure someone will pay us some money for that. Better book. An albino monkey braid. Shorn from the back of a sacred lemur, the hair is laced in a prophet braid. It was in our back slot. We already have a much better backpack to wear. Oop, we've wilted. Can't cook with hostile creatures nearby. Where are the hostiles? Oh, free goggles. Also, let's replace this unpowered stun rod with something a bit more useful. Well, up until just now, there wasn't anything too dangerous, but there's worms of the earth here. Worm flesh drags apart into another self. In sunken and lightless grottos of stripped earth, the honeycombed fossil people, a machine whir overlays the slump of the mantle and activates the primal biology of trash maggots everywhere. We're now level 10. We didn't get a second genome excitement event, so it does not happen every 5 levels. What is the interval for those? Gonna upgrade our multiple arms. Now we've got 25% chance, or 1 in 4 chance, for each extra arm to deliver an attack anytime we make a regular melee attack. Just damage my gloves. Sure did. Hey, there's a cat statue right there. Shrine to Orlamas, Irquad's wife. Shrine depicts a significant event from the lights of the ancient Sultan Orlamas. 3393 before Reshef, Orlamas, chosen in Magenta, Irquad's wife to Shoan, died to natural causes. She was 87 years old. Useful to know, I guess. A lot of these little worm guys, are they spawning from something? Jeez, that's a lot of them. We can handle them. let's go down one level. Hate these worms that dig underground and leave behind walls behind them. It's easy to break the walls, but you have to do it manually. The Auto Explorer won't do it for you. I knew there was a spawn over here. Fucking beetle nest. Freaking worms trying to surround me. Let's crack my steel helmet. What a jerk. Okay, that's a lot of dead worms. Now level 11. Getting stronger every day. One more level in this, and then we can get +1 in our strength. And I think we're also pretty close to another level where we get an attribute point, so we might be able to bump strength all the way up to 26, which was give us a +5 bonus to our strength. Starting to get pretty lethal. Or albino monkey braid. Maybe it's worth some money. Let's collect it. Okay, next floor. Yeah, I don't like the look of that. A Scorpiock. Motes of salt fill the notches in its chitin, which form a record of every other Scorpiock it's wrestled and garroted. Behind its stinger coils and the harmonic... No, wait. Behind its stinger coils and our harmonic virtue. It's just a really big scorpion. And they are poisonous. Maybe we back up. There's a plated nullworm on the other side of these steps. Let's see if we can't kill it. Yep, sure did. There's the scorpion. Not poisoned, are we? Doesn't seem like it. Bloody, sappy Scorpiock dies. Okay, don't have to worry about getting poisoned by that thing now. Did spot a second one in that crowd of dudes who were surrounding us right next to the staircase. That's a lot of worms. Well, we fought our way through the ocean of worms. Now there's a giant pile of corpses right here. Seed sprout worm and member of the cult of Ixermerd. Oh yeah, these are the guys who they burrow underground and then leave a bunch of walls behind them. Really annoying. Yeah, these deeper levels are definitely a lot more dangerous. Bandages, a dagger. Oh, who's that? A beekeeper? What the hell is a beekeeper doing 2 levels deep underground in a pit full of worms? Speaking of worms, let's take care of this guy. What's this statue about? Shrine to Reshef. Again, don't need to read those ones. You, wake up. What do you have to trade? It's got portable beehives. Gives you plus 200 reputation with flowers. Also gives you some dodge value somehow. Also has a whole lot of honey. What we really need is some money. Length of the sadness. The blood of Eater Artifices yet runs in the underdrum, a wheel and soldering board. They stop by my tether. The changes occur gradually over a layer of grain. You are skilled with crushing and bludgeoning weapons. Solids are too unruly. Decipher the first to be kind of living creatures. Or no, wait. Decipher the first to be a kind of living creature. The Agol's Vuv appears to be a most fascinating freshness in the heat. Are you going to chat with him? Make sure there are no sons and daughters as they course southward into the sublime angle by a lever with a knife. A glowing cat at his desk, and though you still know little of what this traveler would consider extreme boredom, in fact, this very fact, which makes up for her lack of structure as that of the air, whereas in a passive condition, thou hast changed the world, climber. Though Dreadroot is capable of transforming that energy into a fibrous twist. This is just pages and pages of this bullshit. Except for the last page, they left it blank. I'm sure someone's gonna be willing to pay for this very exquisite book. The dang friggin' seed sprout worms blocked off the entrances over here, so the auto explorer goes, well, there's nothing left to explore. Yeah, bloody treasure chest. Wooden arrows and armor that we don't need. Okay, now we've got everything explored. A lot of less trouble down on this floor. Better statue. Shrine depicts blah blah blah. At a remote scriptorium, Orlamas recorded a chronology that evoked the presence of a periodic hourglass. She named it Hourglass's Sister. Whole lot of nothing on this floor, it seems. Actually, did we pick up anything interesting in our inventory? Sometimes you pick stuff up without noticing. Actually, we have some boom rose arrows, but don't think we're gonna ever make use of those. But we might sell them. We picked up a second metal folding chair. I entirely forgot to spend points in for the skills. We could save until we have 25 strength and get slam right away. That's 150 points, although we do have 230. That's just 1 point in strength away. But what else could we get? Could get tinkering and finally do something with all that scrap we're finding. Could take shields, multi-weapon fighting. Actually, yeah, I think that's the way. We get this, we get Flurry, which is an active ability, a cooldown of 60 turns. You make an attack with every hand, including extra hands granted by mutations or technology. And also we get multi-weapon proficiency. Your chance to strike with each of your offhand weapons is increased by 20%. Well, let's get both of those. And by that I just mean let's purchase the skill, which then gives us both of those. So this way, next level up, we're gonna get our choice between Slam and multi-weapon expertise, and I'm thinking Slam's the way to go. Oh, hey. Here's the... well, a unique one. There can be a bunch. Sometimes there's only one. This guy is Iamajur, legendary bloated leech and leader of the cult. It's loved by the cult, disliked by birds, and disliked by the sect of the destined spice root. Now let's use our new Flurry ability. Well, we just took a whole lot of damage. Hopefully we can kill this guy though. There we go. Now we're level 12. The birds like us a little more. Whatever weird sect or cult or whatever still hates us, but slightly less. Okay. So I just noticed when we leveled up, instead of giving us an attribute point, it just we gained 1 in every attribute, which is very nice. We got our 25 strength. We can now put some more points into Carapace, which we will do. Pick up Slam. And let's, probably gonna use Slam more than Kong, so let's put that up on the list. Meditate, we barely ever actively or manually activate it, so we're just gonna leave this near the bottom. Pine Carapace, I'm not sure if that'll ever be useful, but let's keep it nearby. I think this is a good enough order. Eventually we're gonna have so many abilities it's not even all gonna fit on the same bar, but that's a problem for later. Ooh, here's the special chest. Let's kill everything before we loot it, though. That friggin' worm just swerved its way around me. A layer of resin extruded by Shugarui spawn. And that stuff's a pain to get rid of. Must have gone the other way. Hold on. Alright, so we got Cybernetics Credit Wedge, which we cannot use because we're a mutant, but we can sell it. We also got the Periodic Cap of Mid. An imperishable Uflax sheet was torn from the Elephanton spools in the market and sewn into a headdress. It's adorned with tiny images of hourglasses. Grants you Temporal Fugue at level 1. If you already have Temporal Fugue, its level is increased by 1. This is a pretty cool item to find. It's got less armor than our steel helmet, but Temporal Fugue is a really cool ability. Potentially really cool. I've also gotten myself killed plenty of times by using it and forgetting that I had a pile of grenades in my inventory. And you'll see why that might be a problem very soon. Anyway, let's go find that worm and kill him before he fills up the entire friggin' map with this bullshit. There it is. It wasn't a worm, it was a Gershling. Okay. Now let's try using Temporal Fugue. There's us. We're also over here. Seems content to not engage the enemies in front of us. He just kind of ran away. Oh well. Another statue. One auspicious day, Orlamas came across a trove of shining emeralds. For the rest of Orlamas' life, she always kept some rubies hidden on her person. Rubies and emerald are not the same thing. What are you doing, you silly, very silly person? Weird artifact. Fungicide grenade. Gotta manually clear out a few of these walls. Thankfully, we have very high strength, so we can hit pretty hard with our weapons. Speaking of, got strength bonus of +4. What's our weapon caps at? Strength bonus cap 3. That's the same weapon there. This one's a 2. This one's a 3. So we definitely need better weapons because right now we're not taking full advantage of how strong our character is. Is this already the bottom level? Seems that way. Alright, so we're done with mid. Let's escape from the mid. Right. Let's go to the 6-day still. Notice some ruins. Let's check it out. Discovered Amber Ankh Damas. Bunch of Isakari dudes here. Smack him in one. That guy had a musket. This guy had a rifle. Ox sprinkled the barrel steel from 100 salt storms. The stock is spoon carved from a fibrous brine stock in the style of the Isakari Dune tribe. It is basically a complete upgrade to the musket. Has higher penetration, higher damage. You can load more than one round into it at a time. Shotgun shells, steel weaponry. Actually, got more than enough inventory space, so let's collect that chainmail. You arrived at the 6-day stilt. Well, first things first, let's go and complete what that guy wanted us to, which was to chuck the bubble level down the well. Her reputation with the Mechanimist increased by 1 to 1. And there's Eshel Stott II, High Priest of the Silt. Swaddled in ornamental regalia stands His Holiness Eshesalt II, High Priest of the Stilt and Voice of Shekinah. His arms gust over the splendor of the cathedral, the majesty of the Argent Fathers, and the spirit of reverence put into every work of art in their name. Eshelstadt roars a sermon unto the nave. Heaving the wind from the rafters down into the sacred well, pilgrims tremble beneath the weight of his voice and the cerulean silhouettes of Shekinah behind them. He's loved by the Mechanimist, and he's hated by Mollusk for stealing a cherished heirloom. He's got some pretty good gear on him too, actually. Not that we're gonna kill him or anything. And we don't care for Mollusk either, so let's water ritual with him. We're gonna share some secrets. Let's tell him about, yeah, that ruin we found on the way here. We can tell him a second secret. Let's tell him about, maybe we don't tell him about Mid. We'll tell him the location of Red Survakish. Now, if we get reputation with the Mechanimist high enough, we can get proselytize for essentially free. By that I mean you don't have to spend skill points on it, and I think it's like 300 skill points to get that one. Kind of a big investment. Not to mention you have to have high enough ego to be able to even access it in the first place. Instead of telling you, how about I just look at it? It's in Persuasion. All the way down here, we need 23 ego and 300 skill points. That being said, if you don't have a big investment in ego, that skill's probably not going to be very useful for you. And since we're here, let's talk to Shiba Hagadias, Forkhorn New and Librarian of the Stilt. Live and learn, Wanderer. Have you come across any books or scrolls in your travels? Do you care to donate one to the Cathedral Library? Whenever you return, you may speak to me and read anything you've donated. Yeah, let's donate some books to our local library. Let's just give him all of it. We've gained a level. Now level 13. You swell with the inspiration to name your amber tip staff. Do you wish to? You know what? Let's manually enter a name for this one. Let's call it the Boppin' Stick. And let's make it a nice color. It's so many options. Make it prismatic. And 6,080 XP from the books, I think. Okay. We have 1 mutation point to spend. Let's put it into double muscled. And just notice, we have temporal fugue, and we get 1 level of it from having it from the hat, and then we also have 1 level of it being increased by our ego modifier, which right now is only +1, but if we get an extra 1 to ego, then it'll be a +2. But it doesn't say it here, but we can upgrade temporal fugue, like if we had it as a regular ability from character creation. The higher level it is, the more copies it creates, the longer it lasts, and I think the lower its cooldown. Though the cooldown might not be something you can modify, I'm not sure. Oh yeah, we have 134 points in skill points. Which I think we're just gonna save up to get the next level of multi-weapon fighting. Maybe at some point we'll start putting points into endurance. First level, it gives us a chance to shake off any kind of daze or stun effect. Then we can also get swimming, which makes it not so silly to fight while we're in water. Or run around while in water, I think. Not sure if it affects turn speed while you're just trying to fight normally. Then there's poison tolerance, always good. Weathered, also always good, although maybe not so relevant to our character. Because since we have the turtle carapace, our resistances down here for cold resist and heat resist is already at 40, and it's going up a little bit every time we level this. Yeah, it's going up by 5 every time we get an extra level. So eventually we'll basically be completely immune to cold and heat. Only have to worry about electricity and acid as far as damage types are concerned. Anyways. Let's also go talk to what's-his-face over here. Sapur, disciple of the coiled lamb. Peace and health in the light of the star, pilgrim. Brood with me on the life of Reshef, if you are willing. I am willing. I'll share some secrets with him. Let's choose the secrets about the life of Reshef to share with Sapur. Might as well tell him everything, but let's read it out. While traveling alone through the Rustwells, Reshef came across a trove of gleaming stars in a bottle. From that day forth, he always kept some stardust on his person. Acting against a prohibition on the practice of worshipping the stars, Reshef led an army to the gates of Amanporch. There he defeated his brothers in battle and liberated its citizens, and they crowned him the Sultan of Kud. You know what, on second thought, I just remembered all this stuff is always the same between every playthrough. You might notice because it doesn't sound quite like as much gibberish as everything else. If you really feel like it, play the game yourself and read that on your own time. I think this guy usually has spray bottles. I think that's what these weird artifacts are. He always has the same inventory. I guess you might count that as a type of cheating or metagaming, but I don't care. This game's brutal enough as it is. Another shrine to Rajif. Pretty sure we can tell him about this one too. We sure can. Another level. We're level 14. Critter Carapace. And then let's get our multi-weapon fighting. Now the next upgrade we get, you need 27 strength. It's also going to take 200 skill points, which feels like a lot. But it increases our chance to hit with offhand weapons that goes from 35% to 50%, 15% increase. That counts for every hand, so well worth it. I forget, was it this guy or the last guy where we found a beetle in Red Rock? Oh, here it is. A beetle demanding 3 portions of fermented yonder cane. And I know exactly who can help us with that. Behold, Lillahart, Hindran Pyrrhia. There is little more to this being than a bundle of spindly limbs, patchy pale green fur, and bone-white skin. The severely mutated deerkin surveys their surroundings with languid eyes, one of Kud's most delicate creatures living unconcerned among the salt-worn, and toughened. Loved by the pariahs, disliked by the villagers of Mubakesh for poisoning their fresh water. Now why would you do that? Hold a moment, friend. Are you looking for work? I am. Lovely. Take a seat. Chew the bark with me, and I will tell you what I know. I've heard tell that my ancestral hometown, Bela, is in some kind of trouble. They've opened their borders for the first time I know of, and are specifically seeking to hire Kendron. That's their word for outsiders like you. Would you be willing to go and see what they need? Yeah, I'm willing to go to Japan and help the people who call me Bakagasian. Bless you, friend. Feel better knowing that at least one Bakagasian will reach back to aid my kin. They are now on the cusp of a new fate, and I wish to see it while I yet live. Let me advise you of Bela's location. Here's a little chew boon for your trouble. Thank you, Lillahart. Live and drink. Receive the yonder cane. You have received a new quest, Petals on the Wind. Also, yes, I know I was mispronouncing Gaijin. Does it matter? No. Are people going to be upset about it? Probably. Will they be upset about it in my YouTube comment section? Most certainly not. Because I don't even have one of those yet. This guy's a crab farmer. Ooh, they got spicy foods. Alright, instead of wandering around 6 days still, let's get up to some more trouble. Let's just Straight to Great Gate. Should be able to handle it. Oh, hey. Nullworm Skull. Theoretically, we could make use of that. Not sure what's up with the Temporal Fugue clones. Usually they're a lot more aggressive towards any enemies they see, but these ones are just kind of wandering off or just following me and completely ignoring the turret shooting at us. Anyways, enough frolicking in the flower fields. We're at Great Gate. Pretty bad. Oh, I hate those guys. The novice of the sightless way. Powdery kittle curtains his thin shoulders, whose relative bulk, along with the keenness of his eye, marks him as attentive to his time, place, and so lower rank than his seeker give. And I have a replacement for that toolkit that we got rid of way back in the Rust Wells. Time dilation grenade. See if we can slam down this door. We can. See any other doors that we can slam open? Hey, always wanted one of these. It's our iron mace. Big old teleport effect. Here it is. Templar Squire. Wet skin scintillates behind her ears. Her spine cambers in anticipation of its blood-faded curvature. And she pokes out her chin in emulation of her elders. Sword grease stains her hands. Hostile and in aggressive stance. And is trailing normality gas for some reason. Let's bring her straight to Slam Jam. Steel boots, carbide longsword. You know what? Yeah, let's pick up this stuff. We got plenty of inventory space. Not using it for anything. Another steel weapon. Any doors? Don't see nothing. Alright, next level. What the hell is happening over here? Someone set off some fungicide, and there's just bullets littering the ground. Kukri, and a free gun. Lightly damaged, however. Nylon body bag, carbide longsword. I think we're gonna run into anything scary here. It's always, I don't think I've ever had anything actually scary show up here. The closest thing is that Templar we killed. That's a lot of scrap I'm picking up and that I am not disassembling because I do not have the skill for it. Suddenly concerned about our inventory weight. Drop this base. Drop the muskets. A gigantic steel battle axe. Gigantic. This weapon has +3 damage and cleaves for -2 armor value. It's much heavier than usual and must be wielded two-handed by non-gigantic creatures. Well, hopefully we can find a gigantic steel mace somewhere. Here we are at Grit. Not Grit Gate. Not to be confused with Git Great. Voice transmitting through the panel. Be gone, Wayfarer. This is no place for you. Wait, my name is Pebble. I bring a message for Argive of Joppa. Finish the quest. We're now level 15. Now we have another excited state. Still thinking we just go all in on Carapace. Slot opens from the center of the door and a metal tray slides out. Place the disc in the tray. Several minutes pass, so it seems that you are indeed Argive's apprentice. He wishes you to study with us. Unfortunately, require more than a willing spirit. Cud is not Joppa. You will need to prove your worth, that you might not waste your time and efforts. Travel to the Great Cavern Golgotha to the north. Within its halls, you will find a cache of dysfunctional Waydroids. Recover one, repair it, and return here. If we are satisfied with your work, you will be admitted to our order. Otherwise, you will not be. Do you accept this arrangement? Yeah, sure. The communication panel takes the stamped data disk. You have received the new quest, More Than a Willing Spirit. Okay. But before that, have you completed the task? Not yet, but I require entrance to the city for the purpose of trade. Enter then, traveler. It's Maffeo. Welcome to Gritgate, Delver. Care to enhance the quality of your stay with a wise purchase? Sure. It's got carbide boots and plastifer stickers, although Mandas are expensive. How heavy are these? 15 pounds. Some heavy ass shoes. Let's buy them anyway. Think we can afford them if we sell a lot of the extra stuff we found. Let's buy the expensive weird artifact. If we're lucky, that's gonna be the the recoiler for this place, which will let us teleport back right away as soon as we find the way droid they want. Let's see what's engraved on this dagger. While traveling through the ice-worshipping district of Ekamrod, Thirik Siram lost control of her chariot and drove it off of a cliff. By the grace of fate, a group of nearby winter Eremites came to her rescue. Moved by their kindness, Thirik Siram enrolled at a local hermitage as a recluse. So he's so awed by the kindness of stranger that you became a hermit? Well, now we know where Ekamrod is. Alright, now to sell all the crap we have in our inventory. This might take a while. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep selling all the scrap we have. Which I know I'm probably gonna pull my hair out over it later, but it's useless to us now. Trade complete. Renew boots. I didn't realize we picked up another fix-it spray foam. Also, I have a couple of things here we could identify. Is there a chair we can sit on first? Right there. If you're wondering, yes, you do get an examination bonus while you're sitting down in a comfy chair. A Hulk Honey Injector. 41 to 50 rounds, plus 6 strength, plus 2 temporary hit points per level. Which for us is an extra 30 hit points. Negative 25 move speed. You cannot feel pain. You are immune to fear. You suffer 1% of your maximum hit points and damage each round. This damage cannot reduce you to below 1 hit point. In case of emergency, inject drugs, I guess. There's the spray bottle we bought earlier. Completely forgot we bought that. A freezing carbide dagger. Okay, so this might be the last thing we do, but let's run off and go get that quest done. They certainly wouldn't be sending us on a suicide mission just to get rid of us, would they? They wouldn't put a whole Brotherhood of Steel from Fallout 1 on us, would they? Spoiler, by the way. Have to go up to Golgotha. Ooh, a slumberling. These dudes are usually a huge problem because they are very strong, even though they tend to kind of fall asleep in the middle of fighting you constantly. But again, they are very strong. Let's see if we're stronger. We are indeed quite stronger. Okay. So let's see, what's the keybind for waiting a specific amount of time? Oop, not that one. Just wait until it's morning, bask in the sunlight, and then head right off into Golgotha. Have any? Well, yeah, we should level our stuff up first. Or strength. Is 148 points enough to buy anything good? I think endurance would be worth grabbing. Some stuff in there can daze you, and if you're unlucky, that can be the end of you. But it might be the end anyway, who knows? Let's just try to skip past as much of this area as we can. Actually, let's go into the fire pit version instead. We do have a bunch of fire resist. If we catch on fire, it's not gonna instantly kill us. Good so far, only lost like half our health. Let's jump down the hole. Oh shit, there he is. Slog of the Cloaca. Colossal slug, known as Slog, presides over its fetid domain of the Cloaca. It bathes its bloated, slimy body in boiling pools of dross, keeping itself moist and waiting for fresh prey to be churned into its lair. Whereas nature had the decency to end the body of the common slug in a muscular foot, Slog's tail is instead a sphincter choked bilge hose that it uses to spew at its prey the filth of the cloaca. Basically, it's a slug with multiple buttholes on the end of its tail that shits out liquid at us. Absolutely disgusting. Loved by the mollusk, hated by hermits, disliked by the denizens of the Id Freehold. And in with Slam. Let's get our temporal fugue out. This wasn't a good plan. Try to get rid of some of these other guys. Flurry, hit him with the conch. Anything we have. Alright, killed him. There's a sewage eel. Circular gills on its tongue slick and finned body pipe suck air out of the surrounding foul liquid gunk. This place is... Honestly, I don't think shithole is a good enough of a word to describe it. Ooh, free money. Alright, we've explored everything. Now, there is just an extra hole over in this corner here that we can jump down, and this cave keeps going for quite a while, and I have tried to explore it, and I went like 40 levels down. I still didn't reach the end of it, and things were getting pretty crazy by that point. Not sure if there actually is anything of importance all the way down there, but if there is, it's hard to get to. Anyway, let's get back up to our elevator here. The chrome platform begins to hum as it ascends into the darkness. And we're back up here. And we got lost in the jungle. Not the best place to get lost. Oh yeah, there's those jerks, the goat folks. Oh wait, they're neutral to us. I forgot I did that. Okay, maybe the jungle isn't so bad a place after all. Those are probably the most annoying guys, because some of them have basically frag grenades in the shape of fruit. So they'll just essentially chuck grenade after grenade at you, and you can't really dodge them, and you only have so much health, and if there's multiple of them, then oh boy, the damage really piles on. Let's explore. I also just remembered we finally did get that yonder cane. We just don't have the cooking skill required to process it yet. We need another level to get that. I forget if there's any NPCs at the static towns that sell it. I think there's one that does. I know there's one in Id Freehold that's you can get the Spicer skill off of, I think. Or is that in Kyokyaku, the mushroom village? Actually, maybe we can just ask one of the goat folk where the hell we are and stop being lost and wandering around the jungle. You know what? I will not investigate the ruin. Let's just get this done. Have you completed the task? Shit. Just remembered. Our task was not to go kill the giant butt slug, it was actually to go get one of those friggin' Waydroids, and we just completely forgot. Now we have to go all the way back over there again. But that'll have to be for another stream. I think that's enough for one day. So hopefully you guys thought this game was fun and not just a really weird, janky game that doesn't make terribly much sense, because that's certainly how I felt about it the first time I played it. But I've grown to quite love it. I hope you do too, if you ever do play this game. I didn't make a very good showcase of it, but in the big recent update, they changed a lot of the UI in the game to make it a lot more intuitive and to also work with mouse controls. So if there's ever been a better time to get into the game, I don't know what it is, because now seems like the best. Anyways, next stream is gonna be on Monday. I'm either gonna play this or RimWorld. I haven't decided yet. Maybe I'll flip a coin. Decide that way. Either way, that's gonna be it for today's stream. See ya.